Good morning, Devils fans, and it's a good morning because it is Devils game day once again as we're taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight in Pittsburgh at 7 p.m. Quick reminder, there's actually a 2 p.m. game, so if you catch this video, maybe if you want some midday hockey, go ahead and enjoy that. And really quickly, a bit of a injury update, if you want to call it that, on our two big boys. Last we've heard, as practice and media availability, all that has not happened as the recording of this video. Jack is potentially joining the team in Pittsburgh today. Game time type decision. Probably looking more likely like a Saturday return versus the New York Rangers. But it would be a world of difference, obviously, if he could get into today's game. And Nico is still day by day. He is not traveling out to meet the team for this one. Probably won't get an update on him until a return back to Jersey from the team. So let's go ahead and jump into the preview of the Pittsburgh Penguins, who are playing very, very good hockey. It's been a trend lately that we were playing some teams that are just playing really, really good. Obviously, playing out in the East, we're going to run into that a bit more often, and we haven't faced any of the bottom of the barrel teams out in the West quite yet. So, Pittsburgh as a whole, not too many weak spots in this one. I know similar to Winnipeg, biggest difference is the pairings, the skaters, there's actually some weak points where goaltending for the most part has been a strength for Pittsburgh. Jari has been very, very good on the whole this season. Nedeljkovic has not been as good, but we're very likely getting Jari tonight. So he's been very good. He has usually always been good outside of injury concerns. So he gets the start, assumedly, and expect another good outing from Jari. So don't plan on getting any loose stinker pucks goals. We're going to have to really work for them in front of the net. Now, the Pittsburgh skaters, obviously, you got Crosby, you've got Malkin, we've got Letang, we've got Carlson. First time going to see him in a Pittsburgh uniform, and we get to see Graves for the first time since he signed over in Pittsburgh. So, their top lines have actually played very well on the whole for the season, but if you look at their at-home numbers, it's not as impressive. So they've been crushing teams out on the road and have been playing a more middling game at home. So that could be an area that we could hopefully take advantage in. They're still mostly playing quite well. It's really been the second line, Malkin's line, that has done the lion's share of the work at home. And it has been Carlson's defensive pairing that has done basically the bulk of the work at home. The Letang pairing has not been as good, and their bottom pairing has not been very good at all, home or away. For the skaters, Crosby line's been good, home and away, much more dominant away, still good at home. Their third line, same thing, and their fourth line has been atrocious in all areas of the ice, home and away. So if we're going to take advantage of anything, it would be the bottom pairing and the fourth line of this team. Unfortunately, we're not at home. We don't get that last change to really take as much of advantage as we possibly could have. So hopefully we can get some icings against them, get the more favorable matchup, sending out our top six against those guys, and that's really where we're going to have to cook. Now, special teams. Pittsburgh's power play is bottom 10. I believe it is 10th in the league by actual conversion rate right now. But if you look at the actual numbers, my God, is it horrifying. They are top 2, if not top 3, in both scoring chances for while on the powering play, high danger chances for while on the power play, and I think they are only 12th in actual unblocked shots that make it through on the goalie. So while they're not more middling of the road in actual shots getting through, the shots that they do generate are at a very good rate for scoring chances and high danger chances through the roof. The actual conversion, though, their shooting percentage has been fairly atrocious, hence being actually bottom 10 in the league of actual scoring pucks. They've also had some shorthanded goals against, so we definitely need to look at pressuring their guys. Don't let them get set up on the power play at all. Really needs to be up in their face, pressuring and making them think twice because they have given up some shorties. I think they're only +4. I think they have 6 goals for, 2 against on the power play this season. But if you let them get their cycle going and actually set up and get some shots on net, they are scary, scary to play against. Now, the penalty kill, they are top 10 in the league there. I believe also 10th in the league. But their actual rates are top 5, top 3, top 2 across the board as far as chances against, unblocked shots against, scoring chances against, and high danger chances against. All of those are top 5, top 3 in the league. So you got to really be able to take advantage. To me, that says they really get up in your face. They don't give you a ton of chances. And even when you do get set up, they are getting the saves due to Jari playing quite well. And we know what Graves can do on the penalty kill as well, as he's been a big guy there for them. So if we can actually get set up, obviously a big part of that is Jack back or not, because the top power play unit has had still issues transitioning into the zone and getting that cycle set up. And then the second unit really has looked actually a bit better in that area, but really that second unit has been fairly one note of feed Dougie the puck, letting get one-timers, or try and get a nice Holtz one-timer off. The first unit is definitely a lot more versatile in that, but they are still struggling to actually get set up in the zone with the absence of Jack, which is fairly surprising because we still do have Luke and Brat for entries there and for the setup. But it seems like they're still just finding their groove on who's taking over really that Jack's lion's share of the puck handling on that unit. So Jack returns. The power play on the whole has actually still been converting at like top of the league rates. But the actual eye test setup and even the rates, looking at the underlying numbers, have not been as fantastic since Jack's absence. No surprise there, obviously, if you lose the best player in the league, you expect a dip a little bit, especially when 2 of your 5 guys transition off of the unit in Nico and Jack. So we'll see how that goes, especially once Jack returns. Now, where can we take advantage? Like I said, it's going to be that bottom line, bottom pairing in Pittsburgh. We really are going to have to try and do similar to what we did in Winnipeg in that first period of shutting down chances. I'm expecting a VTech start tonight, not Schmidt. Hopefully he can get a bit of return to form. We still are looking for that first goalie steal game of the season. This might have to be one of those. I believe the betting odds coming out of Money Puck actually has Pittsburgh now as the odds-on favorite of winning the Metro. So they had a very rough start to the year, and they have skyrocketed since. So don't take this team lightly at all. Carlson has really come into his own here now. They still have Crosby, Malkin, and Letang. There's a lot of superstars that are scary here. We're missing our 2 biggest ones. All of theirs are firing on full cylinders, so going to need a full top-to-bottom effort, defensive effort from this team. We'll see if they stick with the same units from last time or if we get a bit more of another shakeup. I'll be honest, probably expect a little bit of a shakeup. Holtz probably maybe drops just because that's Lindy doing Lindy things. I still think he needs to play up in the lineup. I thought they did pretty well overall, but we'll see how it goes. That's really going to do it. Goaltending has been great in Pittsburgh. 5 outside of bottom line and bottom pairing. All of their skaters are firing on all cylinders. Even with the caveat that at home, really, it's been the Carlson pairing and the Malkin line. So maybe we can take advantage of Crosby somehow, some way, just not doing as well at home. Same with the third line. Really got to take advantage of any icings the fourth line bottom pairings give us, and got to get Brat or Timo and them out there to take advantage of that. And same thing for us. We cannot have our bottom 6 or our bottom pairing giving out icings and letting them get their big boys out on the ice to take advantage of that. Keep an eye out on Carlson. That Carlson pairing has been electric. Insane to start the year. So that's going to be the big one to want to avoid giving optimal starts in the O-zone for them. So that really is going to do it on this preview. Hopefully some good news out of pre-skate or media availability or something today with Jack. Would love to see him play, but if not, likely seeing him Saturday, and that is good news regardless of how the game actually goes. So it's going to be a tough one, guys. They've all been tough recently, obviously, but we have the talent on the ice to do this. Do we just get the goaltending and no major defensive lapses coming out? And I think we can stick right along with this one and win it. There's no reason we could not. So hoping for a good one, 7 o'clock start finally. I hate those later nights. We'll talk about it tomorrow morning. I'm getting actually Christmas pictures with the kids tomorrow. So we'll see how early I get this one out. Took the day off of work and everything for that. And so no matter what, though, I always make it happen. So I'll see you tomorrow morning, as always, and forever.